Hi ladies. Oh gosh, sorry for my hand being in the video there. But I'm just testing out my light. I changed my bulb to a white light upon the advice of Nicole for you all to get a better, and it actually enables me to see much better what I'm doing. So thanks to the advice. Um, I also tested out some cords on my hand. The Avon cord, this is the same cord. I think this is the distance I would need to hold my hand for you all to see the true color and to see if it's shiny or iridescent, I guess. Yes. Right? This is the gold, the chocolate brown, the salmon color, and the purple. However, I just want to touch on two things. I want to wish everyone out there a happy Mother's Day, whether be it that you are a biological mother, be it that you are watching someone's kid or children, or your auntie or grandmother. You all are impacting on the lives of young ones who would be the future generation of Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to thank you all for the good and great and excellent jobs you all are doing, because believe me, children now are not children in a long time. Or when I grew up, I mean, I'm not that old, but in my day, yeah, you used to still get licks from your parents, and it wasn't a big problem. And if you had a problem with the discipline you got, bet your dollar, bet your last dollar, you would have gotten discipline for that in discipline of the discipline, right? So I just want to wish everyone out there happy Mother's Day. Secondly, something happened this afternoon. I went to the. I was actually going across by my mother-in-law, and on the way across there, Aaron said that he wanted to go to the grocery because he had to pick up dog food, and I had to get a light bulb, etc., etc. And that was about half three, about a little after three, half three. It could have been longer because the length of time we stood in the grocery testing out light bulbs. Yeah. So purchased everything, walked out the grocery. And about to sit in the car that was parked next to us, I realized that the glasses were down. The back glasses were um halfway, three quarter, and the front glass was by the driver's side was down. So I was like, oh my goodness, somebody left their windows down. But when I peeped to the front, I realized I saw a lady sitting there, and she was on the phone, just not, like when somebody not in cognizant of their surroundings or aware of their surroundings, right? So I was like, well, that's a bad thing to do. So I sat down in the car, waited for Nara to open the car, and sat down in the car, etc. Put the groceries in. And then she was like, excuse me, no, my first instance, I thought she was going to ask for a phone call. I was just like, it's cool. Because I have been in some pretty shitty situations where, asking somebody for a phone call and they're not thinking that you're going to steal their phone, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. And then she was like, are you all going to the highway, across to the highway, onto the highway from the here? We were in Extra Foods on a mirror road. And I was like, yes. She was saying, what direction? I said, well, we're going towards further east. So she's like, oh, you're passing Tumpuna Road. I was like, well, yeah, because we plan to pass through by the festivals there, etc. To my surprise, she was like, well, you'd be unable to pass there now, because there was just a major accident on the highway. And I believe the road would be blocked by the police because when I was on my way here, when she was on her way across to the grocery, the fire truck had passed. So I was like, okay. She's like, you would not believe. She said, oh gosh, I hope you all don't mind me for stopping you all. And she was like, she is in such shock and distraught. And I mean, when you really watch the woman's face, she was like, neither here nor there, kind of in between, not sure what to do when you're flustered and you're in shock, and So I was like, well, okay. And she said, you would not believe. She said that accident. She said I was just coming to the grocery, and I saw when the car hit the median, and she said I just saw the car just burst into pieces, as well as the concrete just in the median just shatter. And she said I was driving, and for a while there she blacked out, and all she could hear was the concrete hitting her car. And I was like, "Are you still back up in the grocery?" I would have probably been on the side of the road in tears, can't catch myself, can't think, don't know what to do. Somebody would have to come and get me. Yeah, I just panic. I get that, I panic that fast in terms of my whole body would start to shut down. If I'm in a heated argument and the person is not listening to me, I would get shortness of breath, and I would just sort of, I would have to sit down and calm myself down to, speak, etc., etc., get my voice is the go, all kind of madness. So I was like, what? She's like, yes, it was an accident. She's saying that the thing is, the car that came in behind her in the grocery pulled it next to her, and he was like, wow, you have an accident on the road there, ting, ting, ting. And he saw when, the whole thing, when it happened and finished, and the guy was dead, and they were saying he was um, nearly decapitated. And I'm like, what? And I was like, well, what direction was the car heading? And she said the car was heading in an easterly direction. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you something. When I passed there, because all that fastness I tell her, and I say, well, let me go on the highway and see what it is. Bounce up traffic at O'Meara Road, and we stick in the traffic and thing, eating me snacks and, yeah, real Trini style nonsense. And the car was facing as if the man was heading to the west. And then I remembered that the woman said the car was heading east. She was heading west because she was leaving, let's say, Tumpuna Road, heading towards O'Meara Road on the highway. And he was in the opposite direction. The car went up in the air, flipped how much times, and just mash up into pieces. I'm so serious. When I saw the car, you see the transmission like about 20 feet, 10 feet, yeah, about 10, 12 feet away. You see parts of the engine. You see and it's like, what happened here? Now, when I asked, I said, was he speeding? Or she said he was speeding because she said the car was coming around the corner there so fast. You understand? It could have been that he lost control of the car. Now, this is just to say, I mean, long story, yes, I know. But we need to take our times on the road. We have loved ones out there. He has a wife or a daughter. And if I recollect in the news story, he is related to one of the fire officers who had to cut him out of the car. You understand? And that in itself is traumatic for your family. I mean, no one can tell or predict or prevent. We could prevent, you understand? I would take that back. We can prevent stuff from happening, but we can take the preventative measures that would not put us in such predicaments. And then to the guy who had to republish the fire officer, I think, in charge of the remediation, is related to the gentleman, and he had to give some report. I think he said he was probably inebriated or on something, I'm not sure. But folks, keep it on the real. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and we want to be around for our families and for a long time. So all I'm saying is happy Mother's Day. Be safe on the roads. Drive for yourself. Drive for others. Yes, we just get vexed and want to cuss. I just do the same thing. And when I say cuss, I ain't talking about use of language. I'm talking about cuss. Tobago language. Right? So have a blessed night, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.